Hello, welcome to episode 22. I'm coming to you from Australia, New South Wales, Australia. We are celebrating Father's Day here in Australia. So happy Father's Day to all of the men in your lives, uncles, grandfathers, stepfathers, anyone who is a male role model out there. And also, I guess, happy Father's Day to those of you ladies that are doing it all on your own for one reason or another. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. Okay, so you will have seen my thumbnail. I can share my big Tapestry Elvis piece with you. I'm so happy with it. So I can't wait to share that with you. That will be at the end of the video. So that obviously took up a fair part of the week this week. I left it until the last minute, in, typical Jenni fashion. But anyway, I did make it. I made my deadline. But I did manage to do a couple of other things this week. So I will share that with you. Firstly, I have been making quite a few twist headbands. Mainly for one of my friends, and she definitely wants another one. I had a blue one in I think last week's video. She immediately asked could she have another one for her daughter, but I'm just confirming that before I go ahead and make it. She really likes, I guess, this thicker style yarn. This was the Lion brand. I did show it in last week's video. I've got it downstairs, but this is the same brand. It's the Respun Thick and Quick by Lion brand. So I've done it in the dark cherry. It feels amazing. It's so thick. So I did have to adjust the pattern a little bit because this is thicker than what I'd used previously. But I think it turned out really well. Again, I've got one of my little leather tags there. So I will be showing her that, and if she wants that, she can have that one as well. Otherwise, I'm going to probably pop it in my Etsy store. They are so quick to make up. I can't think off the top of my head, so I'll pop it on the screen where that pattern came from. However, there are plenty of free patterns out there online. Now, I had started previously working on my next strip for my mix and match blanket, which is from the book Mix and Match Modern Crochet Blankets by Esme Crick, who is Red Sparrow over on Instagram. So this is, I want to say maybe strip 6 or 7. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but fairly basic. But I just really liked this design. I have another black and natural colour strip, but it's sort of the opposite way. It's the black featuring rather than the natural colour. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. I haven't decided yet how many more strips I'm going to make. At least another 2, I would say. Just when I feel that the proportion of the blanket is right, then I'll stop. But either way, it's coming together really nicely. So that one is finished. I have also been recreating some of my granny squares from the Year of Granny Squares Cal that I'm hosting, because I switched from acrylic over to 100% cotton and a much smaller hook. So I had my last one that I needed to recreate, which was this one, which is Rose Hip from our week 3. It's really pretty. I think even the backs of them are really pretty. So these squares, I'm getting a nice little collection here now. I'm carrying that dark pink colour throughout every single square. This one as well. So coming together really nicely. This week, our week 5 was filigree lace, so I've done that one as well, and I'm really enjoying it, as is basically everyone so far that has joined. I think we're up to 51 members in our little Facebook group. It's fantastic. Still not too late to join. There'll be a link below for the video. You just need the book, A Year of Granny Squares by Kylie Moleta. Everyone's welcome. Yes, okay. So I think before we get to Elvis, I will just show you briefly my little Temu haul. This is not going to be a review. There will be a separate video, I guess, reviewing what I got. However, I will just show you what I got. Okay, whilst it's not my first time ordering from Temu, I have done one order before, but nothing crochet related. I was really keen to get some hooks to try them. I have a number of colleagues at work that are really keen to have me teach them to crochet. So we're talking about having a little crochet date in the next school holidays. So I figured that I needed some more hooks, but obviously I don't want to go and spend a fortune. Enter Temu. So I grabbed 3 different hook packs, as well as just a couple of really small things of yarn and a blocking board, which did not turn out to be what I had imagined. However, that is probably my fault, because when I looked back at the order, it does actually state that it's only 4 inches square. So yeah, world's smallest blocking board for mini granny squares. But I mean, it feels all right. The quality's okay and everything. It's just really small. Definitely can't fit my squares for my cowl that I'm doing at the moment. It came with 6 little pegs or posts, if you like. And it also came, which I hadn't noticed, it came with a little needle set. So you can never have too many little tapestry needles, I don't think. So I wasn't unhappy with that. However, I will, the next time I do an order, I'm going to order a larger one. Make sure I check the dimensions so I know what I'm getting. But yeah, that wasn't quite what I'd imagined, but probably my fault. Now, I grabbed 3 lots of hooks. They're all quite pretty to look at. Now, as I said, this is not going to be a review. I will do a separate video, but clearly these are a Clover Soft Touch dupe there. There's 7 hooks in there. I did try one of them this morning and it wasn't too bad. It's clearly, it doesn't slide as smoothly as the Clover Soft Touch, but it wasn't bad. But yeah, stick around for a review video, because I will be doing some swatches and whatnot and giving you a lot more information about them. Now, these little purple ones, they're quite pretty. I mean, they're very plastic. They're very plastic, but they're really pretty colour. Now, I'm not sure. Help me out if you can, as to what brand it might be a dupe of. I don't know if it's tulip or something different. It has a bit of an ergonomic shape, but you know, it is plastic. So, but you know, it'll be interesting to see how they go. There is 8 hooks in this one by the look of it. And finally, the red set, which I'm pretty sure is a tulip dupe. Yeah, very plastic. Oh, actually, these handles aren't plastic. They feel like a rubbery silicone or something like that. So that's going to be interesting. I'm actually really looking forward to doing a dupe of these items, but I just haven't had time as yet. So that brings me to a good point. a lot of my viewers at the moment, only about half are subscribed. If you're finding that you're watching a few, or if you think you could deal with me, please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything and it really helps me out, and I'd really appreciate it. Finally, again, I didn't really read the item details very well, because when I saw them I thought they were like the world's smallest ball of yarn. But it does say, I think I got confused because I think I thought it was 100 grams, but it's 100 meters. So either way, it's just an acrylic. I quite like the color. It's a very sage type color. But that's going to be interesting to see how it works up. But, you know, it's such a small amount. Unless I loved it, I don't know if I would actually get it again. It would probably be great for amigurumi, I'm thinking. So that's my Temu items. Okay, so it's time to get to the piece de resistance. Is that how you say it? I didn't even know. It's time to show you my Elvis. So without further ado, let's go and see him. Okay, for the very exciting part, well, I think it's very exciting. I worked quite hard on this piece during the week to try and ensure that it was done by the 31st of August, so I could send my picture over to Litza. I absolutely loved making this. As I may have said before, this is my first tapestry crochet piece. I probably should have started with something smaller for my first time. However, I'm really, really happy with it. I did watch a video from Dana at Blondie Knots. She does a lot of tapestry crochet. So I just, you know, made sure that I was familiar with how I needed to carry the floats at the back, because even though you don't see it, I wanted it really neat at the back. The pattern was great. I'm not too sure if I'll pop the name of the creator. It's Unique Goodies Crochet, I believe, on Etsy. I was cruising along until around about the halfway point, and then I don't know if it was my error or the pattern's error. I noticed that I was a stitch out when color changing, and then so I just tried, you know, I was just kind of winging it, and then all of a sudden then it just appeared to be fairly out. So I don't know if I just lost concentration or if there is indeed an error in the pattern. However, I ended up foregoing, I should have added that I had been following the written instructions. The pattern does come with written instructions as well as a little graph to follow. So I decided to scrap the written instructions, and I was just loosely following the graph. So yeah, so it's not exactly the same as the pattern. There is a bit that's different. However, you can still tell who it is, and I still think it turned out great anyway. So here we go, the big reveal. You would have seen it on my thumbnail, but I don't know. I just wanted to, you know, build the suspense a little bit. But here we go. I bring you Elvis, the King. At this point, whoops, it's a little bit hard to. I am debating whether to make some tassels or some kind of, you know, fringing for down the bottom. To be honest, I don't know if it needs it. It's probably, I've sort of blocked it a couple of times, but I don't have a great area to block it properly on. I probably need some really big mats or something. I've just been doing this on my spare bed. When it's larger projects, I do actually pin it to my spare bed and then use my handheld steamer. So there he is in all his glory. My little August entry for Litza's Through the Decades Cal, the 1950s for August. Now, I did use, this is a piece of bamboo. I had about, I don't know, 5 large bamboo decorative sticks, which were in a kind of like a vase type thing, just, you know, home decor. So I asked my lovely husband to chop it in half for me, because it worked out to be, you know, pretty much the right length that I needed for this large piece. It does measure approximately 60 centimeters, or about 24 inches square, length and width. Length and width. So it's a very decent size, as you can see, compared to me. I'll pop in a little bit of footage of, you know, doing like when I sewed it to the bamboo. It's quite therapeutic, really, once I got in a rhythm. I just love the bag. I know, you know, no one's going to see it, but don't you think that looks really cool? That's just, you know, I've floated all the colours there. Yeah, and, you know, particularly as it was my first time doing this kind of crochet, I am like ridiculously happy with it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I may even keep it for myself and pop it in my spare room or something like that. I'm not too sure. My husband thinks I should sell it. Obviously, there's lots of Elvis fans out there. However, the only issue with that is I have no idea how I would ship it without, you know, without creasing it or potentially damaging it in some way. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to kind of wait and see. But yeah, there's my Elvis. Let me know what you think. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you very, very much for being here. It's a little bit of a shorter one this week, I think, because little Elvis took most of my time. So I didn't have too much extra time to be able to create a great deal of things. But either way, I'm extremely happy with him. I need to get organised and think about what I'm going to do for my September, which is the 1960s. I'm deciding whether to stick to a music theme. There's plenty of artists that, you know, are very inspiring. So I don't know. I'm having a think about it, or do I do something totally different? I'll decide, but hopefully I won't be leaving it until the very last week and then be in a mad panic. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet subscribed, as I said earlier, I'd really appreciate it if you would. I'm getting ever so close to my little goal, which was 1,000 subscribers. So, but I really appreciate you all being here, and I look forward to seeing you through the week if you are following along with the Year of Granny Squares Cal. Otherwise, I'm hoping I'll have something up for you Sunday evening. I'm going away for a long weekend, leaving on Thursday, going to beautiful Brisbane, so interstate for me. But yeah, I'll probably have a little bit of footage of that lovely trip as well. So I'll see you all in next week's video, whenever that may be. Bye for now.